Alright, hello there YouTube, this is Mr. Pokemon 907 and welcome to this is episode 22 of my Monster Hunter. So now I have my this is my these are my Switch 1 Joy-Cons, fastest controllers that could be used with Jesus God. Trying to grab that freaking bug. Got these things like, dang it, man. You've got certain, you've got certain good in life, then there's other things. There's always something, man. There's always something in the way. Alright, so Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak, let's go. This is the first episode where I'm actively going to be, so I'm just going to push ahead right now. I'm going to be doing everything really quick. I want to get as much done as possible. And it's going to be obvious as well that I really do know what I'm doing, because although I am actively claiming from low into high rank this episode, I'm going to be flying through these monsters. Let's go, let's go, let's go. All right. There's going to be there's a few monsters in the village quest that I did not do, obviously, saving time and such, so that my episodes don't end up too long. We're here already, although I'm only into the 20s of my episodes. I want to be finished with this. Like, I want to be at least maybe close to the final end game in this here in Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak by at least 35, episode 35. I think I could definitely get it done, believe it or not. So close to the finale at least by then. So yeah, I definitely have been using it, and that is you see the king set there. Oh god, I've definitely got to deal with this piece of shit. I've got to deal with it. So now the system all of a sudden isn't standing. Freaking little demons. Jesus, I had this perfectly set. Alright, I think that's fine. Hopefully it doesn't fall back, right? That's all I'm saying in mind. That's all you end up saying in mind. Hopefully it doesn't fall back, right? But I had this screen perfectly set, I'm sure. Crawling around my screen all the time. That's definitely gonna mess with it. That's a fruit fly, believe it or not. That is not a fly, like people might think. I've got a lot of mango trees where I am, and like just using mangoes and stuff, and I have them in here. I keep telling my dad that I cannot have my front window open. All the fruit flies now keep coming in after the mango skins and stuff one by one, because there's a little break. I've got a window net, but my like a few years back, my mom wanted me to go. I've got to set it from here for sure, because I think this is the basic. I've got to set my brightness, so have that focused. Turn this all the way down. Look at how gorgeously realistic that is, especially if you're someone who has their brightness up a bit. That's fine. That's definitely fine. So we're going here. HR4. HR4 is definitely where the freaking annoying ass fruit flies in my room, because I had my front window open. Dang it, man. Keep telling me that I cannot have that front window open. I've got to open the back window. I should be fine in here. No, he's like, no, he's here as blah blah blah. So the fruit flies keep getting him. My mom wanted me going to some Mother's Day event a few years back. I was actually in the bath, readying in the bath, and because I wasn't answering when she wanted, she started freaking out. I was never telling myself that my mom would rip my net out of my window just to push her head through my room and shout at me. So ever since then, my net is destroyed. I actively do not have anything good enough to, there's a little tear in it now. So flies and stuff keep coming in. I'm going to have to check that and find a way to seal it. It's bent also, so they could just fly in. Is really bad, man. So, there's always some shit. I have an important matter to discuss. Alright, what's this? Turn that down. Alright. Ah, MK907, I see you haven't been dilly-dallying in your training. Serious hunts require serious deals. I have readied the forges to make powerful ramped-up weapons. The Apex monsters out in the rampage. Didn't I start using these already? What the F is this, man? They carry precious materials that take very well to the ramping up process. I can forge them as I have your other weapons in the past. If your weapon is lacking, you'd best try it. Alright, so you're just gonna go ahead here and right. So what's this? I have some good news for you, MK907. The Smithy has decided to start forging decorations. Decorations, that's it right there. Alright, cool. Decorations let you tap into the power of skills. All you have to do is slot them into a piece of armor here or from your item box. I think Hamon and Elder Fugan look kind of similar in design. I wonder if they're like direct, lineage, if you get what I'm saying. You need jewels to forge them, so please bring some with you whenever you want any made. And it will be increasing the types of decorations you can forge in the near future, so check back with us soon. Alright. Alright. So, hub quests, high rank, these are the high rank quests. You see all of them are red, so there's still, I can pick and choose from here. This one is going to be a 2 monster hunt. I flipping hate Kazu. Like, I hate Kazu. Oh my god, there's this fly again. Alright, so pausing, recording, coming back. I'm gonna definitely gotta deal with this, definitely gonna have to deal with this piece of shit. And it's stuck right there at the bottom where, where it says select a quest to accept. It's invisible to viewers. It was right there waiting. Stuttering even, it was right there waiting. Alright, so pausing, hold on a second. Alright, so I just remembered I can't have the alright, so I've definitely gotta go ahead and alright, so what I'm gonna be doing here is I'm going to take on the, alright, because I'm not sure. I won't deem this as freaking, I won't deem this as cheating, but I'm quite sure I somehow passed where, I've got to get those materials from. It's something that I should remember myself, but, we don't use 100% of our brain capacity, do we? So, memory wise, I'm not too sure where it is. There's a particular material that I do need for my armor, and I'm not sure where it's from. So what I'm gonna do, I don't have much that aren't, let's see, and this is master rank, no please. Alright, so I need meaty hides. And I wish this game was, intelligent enough that I could just type it in and the monster it's from would, it would pop up and show everything about it. But I doubt that. I highly doubt that. Don't see anything just yet. Leave, you piece of shit. Leave. Fuck. I'm angry now, alright? So, alright, hold on a second. Alright, so I hope it doesn't come back. Jesus fucking Christ. The moment I start recording, it comes back. And this is a fruit fly. I keep minding. You can see in detail it isn't a fly anyways. As you can see it walking across. Who the hell wants a fly in their YouTube videos, right? I'm not sure. So I'm literally spending around 10 minutes looking for a freaking material piece because I forgot to, and just, this is a really big and important episode for this series. So it keeps going back to freaking, no matter what I do. If I swap a monster, it's gonna jump back to freaking master rank. Alright, so right, I've got to press it twice even to get it there. Alright, so low rank. It can't be here. Alright, so Gossarig, let's see. I'm gonna jump straight to this here. And no, I don't see anything about meaty hides. So no, I don't see any of them. I need to find out where they're from because we need them for some reason I need them for the armor to get the final piece of that Gossarig outfit, you know, that armor set. And I'm not finding it anywhere. I should have been using, you know, people say, man, you could just use Google or whatever else, but I was trying to avoid this. It should be easy, but you know, this is 2026, you know, the late 2020s, and this is a bunch of shit, man. Like, everything has to be complicated. It's annoying. It's freaking annoying. It's damn annoying. Alright, so low rank. Gotta be switching to low rank for all of them, because I'm at master rank in the same file that I'm using here to try and find the, yeah. So this one is stuck at master because that's the first place you find it. It isn't in low rank. This is enough from that. I don't have to be giving spoilers for just everything that I come across, right? That as well. Alright, nope. Jesus, this is annoying as hell. I'm tired, man. Fucking tired. There's always something in my freaking way. Always some shit. So fucking annoying. Alright. Alright, so yeah, alright. I was trying to slap, you know, he's slapping at a mosquito, or clapping at it. I was trying. And I'm quite sure it got away. I didn't hit it. So, shit. High rank? Nope. This is annoying as hell. Alright, so meaty heights and it's blue. So I'm guessing nothing. Jesus, I'm skipping all the monsters that are stuck in master rank. You know, that's where they're only found. You know, that's one. That's at least high rank. Jesus, I kid you not. This is freaking no. So where the hell is that material from? Alright, jumping right back over. This is like 15 minutes in. See what I told you, ridiculous. I would have to be searching through a list looking for material that for some reason is not even showing up. Fucking annoying as hell. So I guess it's impossible for me to freaking finish this this armor because I'm stuck with this Malzeno piece. Then I've got to run into freaking high rank now with a slightly underpowered armor. Is that it? No way is this fun. Alright, so meaty hide. What the fuck does that come from? I guess that's something you create or something. Alright, so let's see. Let's see something here. A crafting list. I'm quite sure that's a monster material. That cannot be something that you create in here. No, definitely not. What the fuck is this? Alright. So to make it a bit easier, I'm going to be searching from here. Because it's going to be jumping to high rank automatically now, so nothing at all. I guess I haven't seen it yet, so I won't know either way where it's from. So yeah, definitely stop. I don't know. I've gotta, you know, use something else or so just going on ahead in high rank, man. Fuck it. I'm gonna be getting high rank materials anyway. I'm gonna be ridding of this armor anyway. So let's just go on and start something. All right. I think the annoying demon possessed fly is gone at least now. So let's just go and start. Let's start high rank. Let's go. Jesus God, man. Ah, Jesus freaking God, man. I think I'm gonna change this. I really want my materials for the Amaterasu. That's Okami from the classic PlayStation 2 Okami. That Sun Goddess dog. I'm gonna get the materials for that. I'm gonna do that in this series anyway. I'm gonna search for that event quest and get that done. Hopefully it isn't master rank, because it's gonna be a while before I could even use that. Then if so, every material counts. Is going to be worth it in the future. So this as well, and drop this in here. All right, cool. So the only piece I'm missing is the freaking chest piece. It would have been cool having the full armor, but where the fuck is the material from? Like Capcom is, I'd say Capcom is their games literally designed. All right, so what they did in the Street Fighter 6 Carbonite ore suite and are still being studied. It use even better metal than Dragonite. Whoa. Could just because I'm in high rank now, you'd expect you'd have that sort of level, that level of upgrade from maybe high master rank. But okay, nice. All right, so what Capcom did in Street Fighter 6, they brought about this new mode for, like, you'd have the normal arcade mode where you just go through like a list of random fighters, and you know there's the there's that mode that survived since Street Fighter 4, where you just break apart the older Street Fighter as well. I think you take the truck and you decimate it with your moves. There's there's bonus stages and stuff, and it's practically what people call story mode. Then they went ahead in Street Fighter 6 and added the Avatar arcade, so you could take the Avatar that you most definitely used in a World Tour and selectively fight against characters unlocked in the game. Like, I've got all 30 of them so far, so all of them in there, and everything is in there, and you can just choose who you want to fight, over and over and over. You get them leveled up as well. No having to do that in a world tour alone, because running around and looking for high leveled fighters, walking around in the world tour is very tedious and whatever else for reasons, right? So what they did, every single character has a unique type of bar, right? That whenever you whenever you fight them, it goes up. So you're basically leveling up this bar, and when it gets to maximum, you unlock what is the outfit 2 for that character. And outfit 2, I realized, is like reuses, say for example, reuses outfit 2 is his classic outfit from the first Street Fighter game, where he's in his gi, and he has his iconic red gloves that everyone knows Ryu for, stuff like that. Cammy's in her classic outfit when she's using the outfit 2. Chun-Li's in her classic blue, I'd say female gi. Whatever else, like all the classical outfits. But the fact is, you've got to be playing for hours sometimes, fighting them over and over and over, getting that acquisition gauge leveled up just to get a freaking armor, just to get a freaking outfit set. I'm saying armor. So Capcom is all about flicking like hours of gameplay and just like being extra with their games. You've got to put a lot of freaking you've got to try really hard with everything to Capcom, I'd say. That's literally how they've got this stuff designed. And in this sense, I find it annoying as hell. Um, like trying to do a freaking YouTube series with a Capcom game like this is practically impossible when you're trying to, save time and stuff like that. I literally searched on through the freaking, you saw me searching through every monster there is. So for those who might slow this video down and you already know every monster in the game, literally, because like I said, I've done everything. Fought every monster there is in this, I'm quite sure. Unless there's a secret monster that's unlocked, then maybe what would be something that could trigger that? Just, completing the costumes, like getting every single armor outfit completed and created, some shit like that. I don't know, but I'm quite sure that doesn't cause anything like that anyways. But that's all of them in the game, and yeah, so that's all of them in the game, and I still could not find, for some reason, the material that I need for this armor. I never went ahead and crafted this from scratch. All right, so that's definitely not the target right there. So we're just going to be avoiding that. Coming up here, looking at mostly for these. Grab this, then turn around, being as quick as I can. That is attack. So attack isn't, as you can see, attack isn't maxed out yet. Defense neither. I got a piece added for the energy bar of the hunters' abilities. Alright, so that is health, and another piece of the energy bar. I'm gonna hop down here gracefully. Alright, get that. Alright, Fanto Lantern, a deep red berry, enchanting to sway in the breeze. To see sway in the breeze. Alright. So up this way, I'm quite sure there's some up here as well. Can't jump up there, can you? Alright. And I'm going to climb up here. Swing. Come on. Alright. So that I don't end up wasting the wire bugs too early. Just, use that simple technique. Put this back up. A poison toad could be quite useful. Flip here. On straight up. I hate that. Oh my god, I hate that shit. Alright, so I'm pressing ZL actively, and the game, I think, sometimes doesn't detect, I've already adapted myself to I've already adapted myself a bit too much to using the Switch 2 Joy-Con, and the buttons on the Switch 1 Joy-Cons are very different. So when it doesn't detect your ZL first, it's like you're just turning on, ZR is to turn on that mode with the that rage mode with the freaking Joy-Con 2, the controllers. So yeah, that happens, and you just end up falling all the way back down to earth, right? Right back down to the floor after climbing for so long. Alright, so I think I'm close enough to maximizing my stats. Grab this. Get some health. That's already maxed out. Alright, so target is just down this way. I'm like nipping seriously close to 30 minutes, like half hour already, halfway through my freaking episode already, and I'm only just beginning a fight with this thing. Alright, where are you going? The fuck you going? I've got a good weapon already for this, so this is gonna be easy. Although I'm jumping a rank class, this is already gonna be easy as well. Not getting me too easily with that one, I'm sorry. And it usually does the, oh, it doesn't? Yeah, there it is. being careful, I guess. It seems. Alright, got it toppled, look at this. Alright, road to master rank is gonna be easy as hell. I kid you not, road to master rank is gonna be easy. And it's going to be a while. I was speaking in a previous episode about a weapon that I use. They use a lot in there. The blast and ice weapon is going to be a while before I get that, because that is Teostra. Teostra is really far into the game. If you slowed the video down and you checked all the monsters and you saw Teostra, you see what I mean. Teostra is quite far down into the list. Really far. Dang it. Fucking Izuchi's gotta kill these. I'll kill these little shits. And they're tough as hell in high rank. Alright, I got one of them. Sweet. Alright. Getting in the freaking way. Alright, dang it. I only got hit because it was actively, you know, occupied trying to take down the little one as well. Alright, come on. Because whenever the big one attacks, the little ones do follow suit and attack as well. And they just get in the way. Maybe trying to learn from the big one. Alright, come on, die. Jesus, it's still getting up. Got ya. It's still living. Holy shit. Drop, drop, drop. Dang it. Good. Tough as hell. Alright, so I know. I should be healing, but sharpening first. Alright. And then, alright, so it's running into either way, it's running. I don't see it stumbling, so it isn't ready for captures yet. So that's definitely hit. I'm going to be capturing these as well. Because materials, right? High rank freaking armors. And sometimes it won't armor my ants for materials from another monster. Although it's based on a monster, it might ask for materials from this. So it makes sense to capture as much monsters as you can when claiming rankings. I'm just saying that here. Right, come on. Get you actively stunned if I could. Jesus, I was trying to ease out the way after comboing, but I guess that's impossible. Right? Let me use my knowledge, my pro knowledge. I did play this for years, alright? So I do know what I'm doing. Alright, attacking the head as much as can. Jogress in the freaking way, taking some of the freaking damage. Move, get out the way, you pieces of shit. Alright, so it's on. It's high up. It's so high up I couldn't even attack it from the wall. So these things get way smarter in not just damage ways, but they're actually fighting a lot better from high rank. That's how it works. Way more techniques to pull off different moves. Master rank is even more difficult to pull off moves that they don't pull off else. Otherwise, they pull off a lot of new moves and stuff in master rank, but at least in high rank they're going to be smarter as well. Alright, let's see if I could get this thing toppled again. Get some good damage off. Alright. Come on. Jesus, that was close. I think I got hit, actually. Yeah, that nicked a bit of my health down just now. Alright, shit. Because I've got no stamina already. Gotta turn this off. No energy gauge. Alright, there we are. So that was like a rushing tackle move. Got him because it was just about to run and get some more damage off before it catches itself. Shit. Think, yeah, we've got some Izuchi here again. It's some younger Izuchi. Gotta take them out for sure. They're definitely gonna get in the way. I think they're just safely watching for now, but if they, you know, synchronize with this thing, they could be really dangerous. You've got to be avoiding 3 Izuchi. There they are, instead of 1. So every single attack is alright. There it is. That again. Look at him. I could have been nicked from that side with like 3 Izuchi, 2 small one, 2 small ones, and a big one. Never fun. be being hit like all at once. Ah, oh shit, shit. Oh, got him. Yeah, nope, still living. It is still alive. Drop, you annoying shit. Still alive. I think I got it, yep. Let's go after this thing. Gotta be quick. Alright, so I see how dark this is. I'm gonna turn it up a bit. Definitely I'm not about, you know, making videos that are like invisible to the weak eye, so gotta say it like that, because I never had issues with a lot of stuff. I like the realism as well. That's the style that I'm going with. I'm not giving up on it. You know, if I make my videos too bright as well, it's gonna be a lot of glare, colors gonna be lost. You should be grateful that I'm a freaking intelligent I'm a smart individual. Let me say it like that. You should be really freaking lucky that, you know, anyone who easily comes across my videos, maybe a Bajan, the island Barbadian from where I'm from, something, yeah, you're lucky, because I'm giving a unique style and quality of this game that a lot of people do not know to check for. Even the PS5 version of this game does not have a mode where the lighting is forced into realism, where all the glare is gone. Like, not even PS5. The developers made this game this way, and it just went ahead with, you know, what the players would more want. You know, the half-brained humans, because literally majority of the earth, like, people only use half of their brain, and less than half of their brain actually for like intelligence. So people don't know what they want. I'm telling you, they don't know what they need. All right, dodge that. So got it. Come on, rush here, rush here, rush here. This is it's too smart, because usually that move, it would have been rushing ahead a lot more than that. Got it. Alright, so first monster in high rank. That didn't take too much time at all. Alright, there we go. I've got to make some trank bombs though, so I'm going to definitely work on that right after this. Then move on to the next monster. That's like 2 monsters. Maybe I could do like 3 or 4 in this episode. So this is going to be a really quick climb, to be honest. Getting through 5 and 6. This is going to be a quick climb. As I, you know, get materials for... I'm going to see what I can get after going through the full list of monsters. Maybe into the episode after this. Then I'll pick and choose what armor I create for my high rank armor. You know, I'm gonna still have to be grinding. I'm gonna have to be repeating on that monster then, whichever monster I end up choosing. Alright, so optional sub quest completed. Got 3 of them completed, so that's a lot of like armor spears. Armor spears are used for weapon crafting and mostly armor crafting. They're called armor spears. It does help to know and be able to read. Alright, so Arzuros and Akuluyaku, that's going to be 2 captures in 1. That's going to be a bit longer, but I guess it's nipping 2 birds with 1 stone. I don't know, because these Bagai, they're not going to be very useful. I never ended up making a Bagai suit, I'm quite sure, right? Akhenasom is useful as hell. Material-wise, that's a good armor, and I'm quite sure. Alright, so, let's see what I can get. Let's go up here, this guy, and let's see what I can get here. So, upgrade armor, forge upgrade. Alright, so as of right now in high rank so far, I only have Izuchi and the general. This is the general hunter outfit. I guess if we were going like cold turkey, like Monster Hunter World style, you know, when you start off, is what I call cold turkey is like, you know, beginner right out the boat, and this is where we were starting difficulty wise as a game. I think this is the outfit we would have gotten, and this is very, I'd say, Monster Hunter World style. This is the This is the type of armor style that in that game that they're quite often using. Let's see, that's 32. This is 36. Izuchi is the first one I have that's kind of good. Um, let's see. So, you know, the armor that I have in its base after when these pieces are not upgraded, they're all 30. So 36 is kind of a jump. Let's just go on ahead and let me deal with my let's deal with these items. I'm gonna deal with these. Alright, so transfer crafting list, right? And I need some trank bombs. So that's the sleep herb and a parashroom. So I'm definitely gonna get some. I'm definitely gonna be getting some sleep herbs. I'm gonna be crafting 20 of these for now. Alright, so both of them are low, especially the sleep herbs. I've got to work on that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to the. I don't see what this. Wait, this is here. Kind of hilarious. Alright, so let's see. Get this. Alright, no way. Put both of them up. And. Right, I've got them in order for a reason. Alright, so the. Let's see. Alright. And the meat. One of the most important things in any hunt. And for now, I think I'm fine, but I've got a lot of other things that I need to start creating. So what I'm going to do here, crafting list. And there's something that I could easily be missing. Make sure that I'm not. Yeah, make sure that I'm not. Alright, so pitfall trap, trank bombs. Then there is nothing else that I could, you know, craft from right in here as of now. That is useful. I've got antidotes in there. I've got my no berries on me. My antidotes are kind of low, I guess. So yeah, I've got 138 antidote herbs. I can definitely make. I'm gonna take this to 60. So that is 27. So yeah. All right. Just so that they're not running out if I do end up replenishing them at some point. The null berries, they're gonna be, you know, they're their own resource. There's no crafting needed for those. Alright, so I'm just gonna be jumping right on to the next monster. High rank, 4-star, let's go. That is Arzurus and a Kuliyaku. I think those are a little, let's see, Tetrinodon. Looking for the stronger. I'm definitely doing Arcanum right now. The bug is fucking flay is still here. These things are fast, man. they aren't mosquitoes. They're really quick and annoying. These fruit flies really dang annoying. All right, so I'm possibly gonna have issues with this thing for the for a while. Hopefully not. Flying around, buzzing around, choosing when to show up in my video, fucking photobombing my entire fucking episode. This life is a bitch. Alright. Alright, so, yeah. This life is a fucking bitch. Alright, so I'm gonna... Alright. Wait, I've got something already that has to be sold. Alright, so I've got something maxed out in there already in my item box. Quite awesome when you see that, because that is an instant sign of money. Alright, that's how it works. So I can go find out what that is that's maxed out in there, and nothing is. I don't know what happened. What I was just ignore, right? Ignore. It was over the top raging screen just now. I'm gonna have to deal with that. But if I pause this recording for too long, leave, you annoying piece of shit. Come on. Leave. I don't know if it likes my I don't know, man, likes my breath or some shit, but it keeps going back whenever I try blowing it away. Come on. Alright, so this go here. And alright, so grab that. The usual, every episode, you know. Those who've been watching my series and following, yeah. So this is the best route definitely for this area. Then I go down here through here, quickly grab this Thunderbug. I don't usually, it just slide right along and a bit rusty. Alright, so I'm thinking about removing this Valcona costume, because whenever starting a freaking episode, the hunter can't be seen, the wings get in the way. Other reasons, it's dying retarded. When loading the save file, can't see the hunter at the beginning of the episode. Just a big blue wing in the way. Alright, so that flash bug. Claim here. Good. So there's one up here. This mission. So this Acnasom, this Firebird, is one of the, if you've ever played the demo, this is the full game right here, but if you've played the demo, there is like what they do with the demos, they just give you some preset like armors and stuff and weapons, and the Jewel Blade set that you do have access to in the demo is the Acnasom outfit. And that's one of my favorite designs for this side of the, you know, for the female outfits. That's one of my favorite designs. I've got my reasons why I play it with the female as well. For those who might have been wondering about that, the female is, you know, more tolerable for me, because, you know, imagine playing, I'm not in the best mood, and you know, you're the entire time listening to male grunting as you climb and swing around. No fucking way. All right. And also, it's like a sense of variation. You know, like most games, you're gonna be playing it more than likely with like a male character. I don't think there's many fighting games. I don't mean Chun-Li in Street Fighter. I don't mean let's see, I don't mean Peach in Super Smash. I'm not that sort of a Smash player. That's the Nintendo Fighter series. I don't mean female characters in much games as well. So like a variation, getting to see how the outfits look. There's a, you know, because who's the hell is gonna go through a game? There isn't any difference between the two. They fight quite the same, although their bodies are on average, unless you manually go in as you're creating the character and you manually make the male body slimmer, naturally the female body design for most games, the avatar is going to be more slender, and that's actually useful in this, believe it or not, because as you're dodging monsters and, you know, climbing and stuff like that, like there's many a reason why I picked this, alright, that people would never think about with this slow, less than half of brain use. All right, a lot of things a lot of people might not be thinking about, that I definitely factor in as for reason. All right, so yeah, either way, getting that out the way. Now I'm just getting my stats as, you know, as good as can before I fight this monster, because this is a high rank mission. This is not low rank anymore. You can see that monster before did still take a while to take down. I'm going to be chaining this Acnasom into the next episode. I'm going to fight this Acnasom like twice right here, and then a third time in the episode after this. I'm looking for that armor for sure. And as you can see, also this Acnasom is far down into the list. This is one of the stronger armors that you could get in the high rank. So this is what I'm going to be working with for sure. Chaining this one. This is my choice. From 4-star and up, things are going to be a lot more demanding. So you've got to be decisive. Got to be as decisive as can when going from here. If you're playing on your own time, you know, like playing alone, seeing what I did, because a lot of people do that. And if you found my series, I'm going to say again, if you found this series, you're lucky. I'll have a link to the full series, like every episode created thus far, in the whenever point in time you're watching this and you happen to run up on this episode, this full series, I'll have a link to a playlist with every episode in this video description below or on the side of the screen, wherever it is, depending on how you're watching. If you're watching on an iPad, and a tablet, an iPhone, an Android, whatever you're watching on, the text description of the video under the title, you'll find a link in there. You can tap on that, you can click on that, whatever you're viewing this on, and at whatever year, whatever time it is, and finish this series or not, whichever. As if this earth doesn't end in the chaos and calamity with like a huge boom and like 10 or 15 volcanoes erupting at once. I think that's so gonna happen. I mentioned in a video a while ago that the earth, if you know what a pressure cooker is like, you could see a saucepan, but the cover itself is designed to ease the steam out. So it's like kicking up, the steam is coming out as time. This is quite useful for, if you're cooking something that it needs to be steamed or heated constantly, but at the same time, you don't have to leave the lid uncovered. The food could be, protected in there, and at the same time, the excess steam is getting out. But the striking thing about the pressure cooker is it starts slow, obviously, right? So as the pressure and steam builds up in whatever dish that is, right? The pressure cooker is going to be like, at first it's going to be like every few seconds, quite slow. That's like the few volcanic eruptions we have per month or per week now. It's getting worse, but as the years go on, every 2023, 2024, 2025, the eruptions and such are getting worse and worse. That's the point I'm getting at. The earth is, in this sense, no different to a pressure cooker. It's going to start slow, and then it's going to, we had some eruption, believe it or not. For those of you who know about this island came here, we had an eruption a few years back, and it kicked a bunch of ash onto our island. Ash was falling for like multiple days, believe it or not. And the amount of ash that was falling on this island, we literally took months to clean it up. It still stayed, some of it, in our gutterings and stuff like that, and getting it out and that was only a few days. So imagine if the earth goes full chaotic and we've got volcanoes everywhere erupting. It's done. It's over. This island does not have it's not common for like Barbadian households to have proper air filters, anything of the sort. A lot of people are going to die. We can't take the entire population of this island and stuff it into a facility, for example. So there's going to be a lot of panic, a lot of shit. But I'm quite sure it is very near, from what I saw, the activity in the Ring of Fire, the San Andreas fault line having a damaged crack alongside. A lot of stuff is proving to me that the volcanoes are ready to kick, because this earth has been absorbing. This earth has actively been absorbing solar radiation from the sun for years now, and it's getting bad. So the pressure cooker, alright, so I'm going to give you an example. Before, the earth's pressure cooker was like kind of slow, right? But now it's literally like this. And a lot of people, out of fear, you'd want to doubt me and say that I'm just crazy or something. But the earth's pressure cooker right now is like this. When it's starting to speed up, and that's not even the fastest, alright, that a pressure cooker gets to, then, that's not even the quickest. I've heard a pressure cooker go like, when it's like, the food is nearly done or whatever, and, the person then turns it off and waits for the pressure cooker to, phase back down. But that's already after the damage is done. All the constant eruptions, the earthquakes and stuff like that we've been having, or I'd say energetic offsets from the beginning of the fire spit, I call it. We're in that time now, into 2027, into 2028 is going to be really dangerous. Those are going to be really, or are going to be really dangerous years. I'm even off my grammatical out of a worry and a concern. Alright, you get it. concern, making a steep reference there for those of you who follow what's going on. CERN recently turned the Hadron Collider off, and it took days to fully shut down, believe it or not. It wasn't turned off on the day that people think it was. The day that it shut down was not the day that it was turned off. It's just that, people are going to see that as the shutdown day, but it was shut down days before that. These machines are massive, like miles in distance, and because of their sheer size and complexity, these colliders, because there's multiple colliders on the Earth already, and they're creating a bigger one for the 2040s. I know why I'm laughing. People of the past that, wanted to think that this sort of stuff would remain at science fiction, they're so wrong. It's so wrong. Humanity is crazy as hell, so eventually they're going to create it. Something that literally goes against general science that we know thus far. Is like, it follows in a quantum science. But I'm quite sure in its way, although they're looking for very important information, it was a sacrifice, because I'm quite sure that machines sped up the activity that's going on, and maybe scientists found that out, and they're claiming publicly, that the Hadron Collider had nothing to do with it. But that magnet literally altered the magnetism of the Earth over the few years it's been on so much that, yeah, just get that bumped so that I can use it to damage Atmosphere one time. But as I was saying though, that those Hadron Colliders, because there's multiple that have been turned on in the past few years, those affected the Earth's magnetism so much that actively I'm quite sure the earthquakes and stuff, the timing that they happened was quite sped up by the fact that the Hadron Collider was on at all these years, plus all the radiation the Earth is absorbing. The Earth has been being supercharged for a few years now, and this is going to be ugly. I'm telling you, ready yourselves. If you do not have a Switch 2, you have a PlayStation 5. I've been telling people for years, get rid of that thing. People are regretting not listening to me now. Not just video games, everything. I try telling these people that this island that I'm from, I've always been trying to help people, but people who are too accustomed to just, following the multitude to do evil, and following the multitude or the crowd to do stupidity, always treat people like me like useless idiots or fools, when it's them that are really dying stupid, and should have been listening to me from the get-go. So a lot of people that recently bought PlayStations, following that fanboy idea that PlayStation is best. I mean, of course it has Monster Hunter Worlds first and stuff like that, and different games, but it isn't worth it. It was never worth it. We are in the late 2020s, beginning the early reach to 2030, and the future is portable. When these earthquakes get worse, because they're not the worst right now, nobody has seen anything yet. I'm one that can predict the near, through calculation and data that I've been, we do have access to a lot of information. NOAA, I'll call a lot of others, but I don't think I'm about that right now. There's access to information. Let's just say that, right? And like I'm saying, public access. Even the CMEs, the coronal mass ejections, that is what they're called, believe it or not. Whenever the sun kicks off like major solar radiation flares and stuff, we have access to those graphs. The public does have access to those. So from what I've seen, definitely the amount of radiation the sun has been kicking up every single month has increased. And we've had earthquakes a few years back, but the percentage is going up. So long story short, I am telling you all, we are in those times. It makes no sense having a big freaking ugly block of a system. I'm talking about the PlayStation 5. I'm very sorry. And it's not portable. It does not have this. I can still dock this onto my TV whenever I feel like this TV is possibly going to die in this house. If this island that I'm on is very unstable, and I'm quite sure I saw a sign already across the house that I'm living in that the earth movement has progressed, and as the earth moves, it's gonna you're gonna have cracks in your walls. I'm talking about my My bathroom wall has a crack. It was there for a while. I guess maybe there's like a slight fault in it, the design, the build of the house. But the wall had this crack for like years now. But I think the crack is getting more obviously seen. And like when I look at it, the reason I'm bringing this up, the angle of it. A lot of people have different, there's stuff like that in everyone's house. But it's so minute of a little crack or something that people say, man, there's nothing. But think about it, a freaking house that is built to be sturdy, all right, is built well enough that something like that should be weird, all right. I'm bringing the pressure cooker detail back again. It is that bad. When you see things like this, any earth you're living on, it is already time to run. But people being dumbass, like less than half brain animals, they don't think about much. So they think the time to run is when the earth starts shaking. I'm quite sure, I kid you not, signs might have been showing up, and I'm going to bring it up. I'm not being insensitive because a lot of people died over there. I'm not bringing it up because it's an exciting story or something, but because people who are living safely as for now need knowledge on, as to what the hell they should be doing. If you are seeing, you don't have to leave it in your comments. Your privacy is important to you. People don't speak about things like that. But if you're seeing odd cracks in your house, like if there's a bunch of you, after watching my video, you go like inspect your own home, you're seeing that, it is sure sign that you need to leave there. But this island that I'm on, what I'm going to get to, this is normal over here because this island is a limestone based foundation, ground-wise, and because of that, like little plates or tremors in the earth will cause this island to flex like quite easily. It could flex around, and a house would have that damage. That's going to be normal. Slight little, the like the ground here naturally moves then. All right, underneath, like slightly. So that's the true reason that the Barbadian roads are always full of potholes and cracking up and stuff like that, because believe it or not, this island is always constantly flexing, moving left to right. And only people like me and certain other people, we sense it kinda every year, a slight movement. And it's not an earthquake, it's literally just the earth's slight shift in gravity and weight flexes on the island. Quite literally, this island is like a coral, a limestone coral, still alive in parts, and it is not stable, right? It's not 100% stable. It moves a bit, so it's not going to be as obvious for us. But from what I've seen in the past recent months, it is getting worse. And as well, the freaking movements of the activity, the volcano activity from Hawaii to let's say like the inner middle extremities of the Caribbean, the particular volcanoes that are all acting up. This is bad. This is really bad. Like for instance, this would be terrifying to especially a Barbadian that might be watching my video. Did know what I'm speaking of, especially if they're a certain age. There is a sea volcano. I'm not saying it's active. I'm not trying to scare anybody, but there's an ocean volcano that is very violent, very evil and deadly. It's called Kikonjeni, and like the volcano that erupted the other day, a lot of people have been thinking about it and talking about it, and they're saying that that's way too close, and if that ever erupts, we are done. And when I say finished, I mean finished. This volcano is not fake. It is actually real. It's just that it's been inactive for so long that no one ever speaks about it. I really and truly don't know why the hell people are living here. I mean, it's worse in America, right? There's an active volcano literally in the center of the landmass we call America, North America. But we've also got a freaking demon. We've definitely got a demon crater. I call them demon craters, volcanoes. We've definitely got one down here too. It's not just you, North America. Like, we've got one over here as well, and it's really bad. If that thing ever awakens, it's done. So I've been seeing some odd movements in the seismic activity about here, data-wise, around this part of the globe, and the last time that we had a public, like most notable that people felt the shake was in the middle 2010s, like I think around 2012, 2013. I was still in school, all right, and we had this tremor. It was all over the news. We felt it. Everyone was terrified. Just around home time, I see it in the evening, afternoon, early afternoon. For different time zones, they call it early afternoon, but that was our evening time because over here the sun sets after 7 o'clock. It does not set 9 o'clock and 8 o'clock like other places. So that was our evening time. Really bad. I was on my way to the bus line because we line up to get on the bus to go home from the secondary school I was at. And the trauma happened, and I was like, holy shit, we're all gonna freaking die. I was the most terrified. I do believe, earthquake is happening, you're gonna be scared. But I am quite sure majority of my schoolmates, you call them, the other children, they weren't aware of how dangerous an earthquake is for us because limestone is not like other parts of the earth. Is not stable enough, and this island is mostly caves as well. We're on top of a lot of caves, and if the earthquake is powerful enough, at least Venezuela has a stable foundation and some buildings just dropped in. But if we get a freaking earthquake, that's why I keep saying I want to leave this island. It is not safe here. It is not freaking safe. you mad pieces of shit that still live around here. Is not safe staying here because the island, if we ever get a big enough earthquake, I'm quite sure this island is going to drop right in. Alright? Buildings, we've got heavy ass buildings. Like I'm going to use Warren's complex as an example. There's an area we have here. We have some banks around here, a really massive gas station. The way that this island is designed as well, if we get hit by a big enough earthquake, we are not safe at all. I'm telling you, alright? Cave Hill, Eden Lodge, Whitehall, this entire area could drop right in and disappear. Different areas across the countryside, like maybe in the early part of the countryside, like St. Thomas, and then maybe, yeah, St. John. Places like that do have pockets as well that could drop right in and disappear. Like people could just die. I mean, this is an island in the middle of the sea as well, and something that they've been trying to keep secret I hope this video doesn't get flagged by any agency or, because what I'm speaking of could be, I doubt though, this is YouTube, I don't think those laws have been placed as yet, but I'm going to water it down, as the closer we get to next year, because that is literally going to be a thing, that's how I know. But as of right now, I'm just going to speak about this when I can. The freaking is going to be really bad, alright? It's going to be really bad if we get an earthquake. Let's just say that. A lot of places are going to disappear. What Harrison's Cave has been trying to keep secret is the fact that, I've been going there for years. I remember when I was really young compared to now. I went with family at some point as well. We went taking a tour of the locals can go there as well, but that's a tourist attraction, seeing all the stalagmites, stalactites, all the pretty cave and stuff within our little island. But that's actually the sea tunnels and the stuff that this little cave that we live on, because that's what it is, believe it or not. Caves form due to the shifts in the Earth's geographical design. And, those caves, as water, their ear pockets and stuff, they're going to form this. So what happened, a unique type of coral started to grow within the caves and grow upward along the flooring and stuff like that. Because this island, this mass used to be under the sea, it literally is a coral. So what happened was that the mass was growing at such a high rate because the climate back then, it was just warm enough, it was just cool enough that this massive coral just formed here. Literally the island I'm speaking of, it is a coral. And it left some cave pockets and stuff because of the nature of, how it's formed, right? And what I'm getting at is that we literally have tunnels underneath this island where, because of the change in the earth tilted off, I think by a few the Earth tilted off by a lot. And I'm talking now about how this island came to be, to rise to the surface, that people can live on it. It tilted quite a lot, and that water was tilted away. But actively, in these years that we're in right now, the water is actually coming back up. And they've been trying to keep that secret. They've been using technology to kind of, bait it away that it isn't obvious. Harrison's Cave had to shut down a few years ago, like multiple times, similar to what's going on with the Large Hadron Collider, because the Earth's energy is now so high, right? The Earth's bioelectric energy, because it is bioelectric energy from the sun. It is no different. Our bodies absorb that as well. Our heart literally is connected to the sun, bioelectromagnetically. But the same reason that CERN had to turn off the Large Hadron Collider is like quite similar to why the Harrison's Cave location here had to be closed a few years back then. I'm talking about a few decades ago, to be honest, and recently now as well. Water, there's certain parts of the cave that were traversable on foot that aren't anymore, that weren't for a while. Water keeps coming up and going back. That is the literal ocean returning. I don't want to scare anybody, but because this cave that we live on, this island Barbados, is so complex, it isn't going to be obvious yet. But as the Earth continues, because if you're constantly being charged with radiation, and you're constantly shaking now all of a sudden because you have earthquakes here, and they're big earthquakes, the Earth is going to literally be tossed off of its normal rotation or normal orbit by a bit, more and more every year, bit by bit. And that slight tilt, that natural progression, is going to cause the Earth to tilt back to an angle where the water could actually start coming back into the caves that we've got on this island. So I'm quite sure a lot of people realize, I think it's the ash as well. Maybe there are a few places that are blocked. That's what they've been telling the public. That's what the government here has been trying to, get people more comfortable with telling them. But there's more to it than that. They've been saying that the ash just has a few gutterings blocked up. But as the rain falls, the rain usually would have seeped on down through our natural land, and down through the gutterings and stuff, of course, but also down through the limestone. But now we have so much water just constantly sitting onto the island that the water has nowhere to go, and the island, long story short, this island is flooding more easily with just a bit of rain now, and that's a bad sign. I really want to get the hell off of here. I really want to leave this place. This is not a safe land anymore. I am telling you, this place is not safe, alright? We need to leave. This is 2026. By 2029 or 2028, we need to leave this fucking island, because I'm quite sure that's all people stick around here to do. People that come here recently, they're not from here. Maybe they're South African. Maybe they're freaking St. Lucian. Maybe they're freaking Guyanese. Maybe they're freaking from somewhere that is not here. Maybe the Trinidadian. I have no issue with the Trinidadians. But anyways, the point is, a lot of people come here to live because this is a very quiet, they've got a piece of money to come here to live. This is, I'm telling you, no, we need to put some plans in action in case something big happens, that we can actively evacuate in time, or people are going to die here. All right, it's going to be 10 times worse than Venezuela, possibly. I'm not fear mongering, I'm just saying we need to put some plans in place. Hello there, I'm K907, a spot of good news for you. The guild was quite impressed by your recent efforts. Here you go, won a guild ticket with your name on it as a recognition for all your hard hunting work. All right, so I'm going to go up here. I'm going to build and craft my, let's see. So forge armor. I'm in high rank now. Achnasum. There we go. So 38. 38 isn't bad at all. 38 is not bad at all. There are going to be some stronger monsters in here. Let's see though. Before I do this, I like the design. And there's a master rank Achnasum suit as well. Of course. Not of course, but there is one. I'm going to just carefully scroll through here. Make sure that what I'm doing is, okay, so these are the I'm going to skip those, definitely going to skip those. So let's see, Great Izuchi, Arzurus, I'm quite sure these are going to be weaker than Atmosom. Then there's Tetranodon, Lagombi, Kazu. I think Kazu is honestly the strongest here. Alright, so this is a 4,320, looking at the right down here. the amount of money that you are awarded for finishing. That's only 4,000, but this is 5,000. This is 5,000. I was using the Tetranodon before, wasn't I? And at Kezu, I think these are the stronger. These are honestly the stronger. These are the stronger outfits. But I really hate Kezu though. Trying to get this thing caught running across my screen. Maybe this demon possessed fruit fly is trying to tell me that I should end my episode off. Don't, you know, carry it too far. But no, I'm so close to. I just need to create this armor here, and I think I'm fine from there. All right, so I'm gonna be crafting this. All right, so forge armor. So let's see. I've got. All right, so I can make at least 3 of these parts right now. Oh, 2. I was wishing 3, but only 2 right now. Definitely gonna upgrade these one time. Let's see. This is 20. All right. And this as well. All right, there we go. All right, so. All right, good. So that's going to take my overall defense up quite a bit. So I have the headpiece and the gauntlets, the arms. So the arms and the head have been affixed with the new Atnasom pieces. All right, so I'm definitely going to end this episode off here. In fact, you know what? I've got a bit more time. I'm going to chain Atnasom again and see what else I can get, and then I'm going to end this off. Let's try this again. Alright, so there's a lot that I want to speak on as well. A lot more. Alright, so. Did I sort my items? Oh, I don't think so. Like this game, you know, so that I don't have to be wasting too much time into. Alright, so how's my battery doing? Alright, that's fine. That's definitely fine. So that I don't have to end up wasting too much time into the episode after this even. I'm definitely going ahead and... What time is it though? Like 2:48. It's 2:48. Getting kind of close to 3 o'clock into 4 o'clock in the morning. So, yeah. Let's get up here. Get this done as fast as can. Holy shit, I hate that. I just nipped the edge of the mechanics in games, or once you know what you're doing though, if you can use that to your advantage in a fight and just, you know, flip away from something or whatever. But that was annoying right there. I just, like, at the very edge of the wall, and if you're running there at the very edge, you just end up... I just ended up gripping the entire wall there and running all the way across. But you could also nip right here by mistake and just flip off. So that was that. Alright, so I'm gonna jump down here, grab this. Both of them already recovered respawn, so use those. Get back up here, grab this, grab the spider web down there that I could continue crafting. Or the possibly gonna climb up. Oh yeah, was just climbing up, and then as I jumped down, yeah, it was just digging through the ground to climb back up there because I was still up there for a bit. So I missed it. I usually, I don't understand. You're gonna say that this is either OCD or some other shit, but no, I'm checking something. I'm actively checking something because something feels really different here. Yeah, I usually just like pass and grab that. So I was like, why is it that so many missions, it feels a bit more, the scaling is different. That's why. That's what I'm getting at. If you don't know what I mean by saying scaling, then too bad. Thankfully, because of the brightness that I'm using for this cam, how I've got this set up, it isn't going to be obvious every time this bitch ass fly, you know, buzzes around my screen. I'm definitely going to work on getting these flies dealt with. I've got some fruit flies in here for sure then, and else. Sometimes I've had some ticks get in the way because my neighbors, I'm quite sure maybe they're using some they're these things that you can stick your dog with, like some mini, you know, similar to what diabetics use when they port themselves for testing. It's something like that, but I think it administers something into the dog's bloodstream that actively kills the ticks as they're feeding on their blood. And they just, you know, people that don't have time, or they don't want to be bathing their dogs all the time, you know, cutting down their lifespan when they're old. Um, you know, because it could actually, if the water is cold, you don't actively have hot water using all the time, it could affect the dog. But they're not bathing the dogs all the time. They're always using these. Jesus fucking Christ, Flay. You fucking demon. I rebuke you. Leave. Leave. Thank you. Don't come back. Do not come back. Alright, so I'm quite sure that's something that's possibly being used in those dogs. I don't know. So some of them kept coming over here. I found that, you know, if I've gotten here shut, I never had them. My front window always shut, and I open the back window, I never had them. But as different days, I begin opening this front window here, because I'm like right next to the yard where they've got the dogs. The only thing separating us is their galvanized steel, often used for roofings and stuff as well. But people just separate their yards using those, not just fence. I'm lucky it isn't just fence, because it would have been worse. It would have been flying over here in numbers. I would have had a lot of freaking ticks in my room then, and fleas. But the galvanized, I think, saved me from having that too many over here. But still yet, what I'm saying is a few get in here, and luckily it isn't a flea. It would have been worse. But or a few fleas. But fruit flies ain't that bad. They do sense evil, and you know, just dish off. It isn't on the screen buzzing around right now, is it? Right? It might hear me and start buzzing around the screen again. I hope not. But life is getting really weird these days, man. Like, even what I said just now seems crazy, saying that it'd hear me, it would hear me and begin buzzing around the screen again. But you'd be freaking surprised. These are some odd days we live in. I'm quite sure that a lot of things know that they possibly are being possessed actively, like birds and different things. I'm gonna be chuckling here, because there's a lot of stuff that is also mentioned in the ancient texts that man of the past knew before, but everyone is distracted these days with their own families and everything else. So they're not actively thinking about these things or connecting the dots for themselves, that they would know that these things are not insane, that these things are real. Yeah, I'm telling you, a lot of things came back to this earth in recent years. A lot of things that you think are just normally going about the days, like birds eating, drinking, that sort of stuff. They could be watching you, and that's literally what the movie Disclosure Day is about. Because I'm not gonna spoil it too much, but like, they've been saying that the aliens take the form of animals, you know, different things, and communicate with people. A lot of abductions, maybe a child was led away by a cat or a bird or something and just disappeared. Children that disappeared. I'm quite sure that might be. I'm not saying that that's in the movie, but I'm just saying that's like referring to real life events. That's what usually happens. Don't ask how I know, but yeah, right. So the dimension that we're on, a lot of entities are getting through, especially because of what CERN did. They caused, like, you know, we have like windows or barriers between energy realms and stuff, and they kind of left like a tear in it, because of they've been actively pulsing energy that is so freaking powerful through our earth, that it caused like an instability between the walls of the dimensions. And a lot of them came in to warn man and stuff like that. And I was never surprised the moment I saw those trailers. It wasn't in the first one, but I think at least trailer 2 for the freaking Disclosure Day movie showcases that. I think a deer came to one of them, different animals. Yeah, so they've actively been showing people that this is what's happening. We had, what's that recent Disney movie named now? Disney Pixar movie where the people take the form of robotic animals. I'm quite sure they were supposed to be normal animals, but you know, people, maybe the Illuminati didn't like it because it's literally what's happening. A lot of animals have spirits in them. A lot of weird shit is going on these days. Hoppers, right? So hoppers, what the? Just look at the name, right? Then there was Hopper. His name is Hopper in Stranger Things. They've been giving us hints very smartly over the past recent few, like maybe 10 years. So I kid you not. I'm not joking. Around here, like this is literally what's happening. Don't ask how I know this, but most likely then I'm just gonna say most likely then because I'm not confirming anything to anybody. But the story for Hoppers was supposed to be they were putting their spirits into animals, like actual animals. But maybe that was too weird for the the storyline. It would be too odd. So they made it. Then they changed it that they've been making automatons, and they're parts of the story. And just the team. If you've got a big enough brain, if you're not a dumbass, right, and you look at the movie, it is obvious that the original story they were supposed to be animals. Like, why would you put yourself into robots to explore? Like, well, so you're not a part of the animal kingdom. There's no exploring if you're using a robot. If you're in a literal animal flesh, what they call flesh suit, if you're in an animal flesh suit, then you are exploring whatever animal kingdom, and it is awesome in a sense. Then you're a part of it, then, right? And I think it comes back to The Lion King, Finding Nemo, different movies that they've always been. There's a lot of movies based on animal characters in the Disney series, and I think they were nudging at it in a way, like connecting the two realms, human, man, and animal kingdom. They had reasons for it, but people got weirded out by it, and it was changed because of that. All right. But it does connect back to this disclosure day thing because it's like, oh, spirits can be swapped into other bodies, right? It is a thing. They don't want people to know about that because that is literally what witches have been doing for years. And because of the recent, the eclipses we had and stuff like that, magic energy is like 10 times more powerful these days. Very, very powerful, and the witches wanted to keep that secret, so they forced them to change the story for that movie. But all the dots are still showing up. Like, Hollywood for some reason has to tell humanity what is happening. Even if they don't directly tell you, they have to hint at it somehow in a movie or a TV series or something. And right now, Hoppers and Disclosure, they both are telling us that the spirits literally are here, and they take the form of animals. Like, how else can they, get into our dimension, take something to pilot, and show us and talk to us? I guess they could speak through our bodies, our brains give off an aura field, what we call beta wave or gamma wave, whatever else. We give off electromagnetic energy. That's why there are these things now across the earth. Like, there's this technology now. You can put your hand. There's a sensor, and you can put your hand by the sensor and the door opens. Our bodies give off electricity. I don't know if you've been in, if you have an advanced enough technology section of your school where you might have been learning about tech and stuff, and you touch a speaker cable, as it's like you could have the speaker all set up and plugged in, and you touch the cable that is supposed to maybe plug in the part that you would usually plug into like something like an electric guitar or something, and you put your hand on that, you'd hear like a feedback, like burn. It goes clear, all right? And then when you put your finger on it, you're going to hear it again, burn, because we actually give off current, right? We give off electricity, and that electricity that we give off could be affected in different ways. Like, if an entity is like conscious in the mind realm, like in the fifth dimension, I call it, at least, or sixth dimension even, and they take a body here, they could telepathically communicate with people. They could show people images in their mind because they can project our brain literally only works via the optic nerve, and I think there's a part of the brain as well, or that's where we can envision things in our mind and we can actually see them. We can actually create images in our brain, and then it feeds into our optic field, not the optic nerve, the eyes, our optic, I call it the optic field of the brain, alright? And they could psychically do that next to us if they have that much control over a brain, and maybe a monkey especially, they could do more. Imagine if they possess a monkey. So a lot of stuff is happening that the CIA, the NSA, Sword, Shield, different agencies are trying. Yes, those agencies are real as well. Don't question it. I'm speaking about a lot of weird and sensitive stuff whilst playing a Monster Hunter game, but I've got to speak about something. I can't keep too simple because these days are going to jump on everyone with the weirdness that is so sudden. They're going to be like, why did the genius people never tell us anything? All of them is like, no one is going to be killing me. I won't have a crowd rushing, you know, trying to kill me, saying that I'm a part of the group that maybe did this to us. And, you know, he never told us anything else. Fuck no, alright? I'm saying as much as I can when I can in my videos, everything else. Share my videos around. Do not keep it to yourself. You know, show a pal, a friend, my video, this series, my channel, and you'd find some videos in there. I have some, I've got a playlist called Video Game and Talk, where I'm just gaming and speaking on some very sensitive topics. Like I spoke about the indigenous bloodline here around this island, Barbados, and the fate of us. What's going to happen more than likely as we are evacuated from here in the nearing days, because I can see it's definitely going to happen. It is unavoidable, alright? Stuff like that. And the fact that if you take a bucket, right? Because, alright, so where this island is, we live at what I call the centerfold of the Earth's pivot line, alright? So there is the spin of the Earth, and the Earth also is tilted, so they say, at a slight angle as it's spinning, which is true, right? And this slight angle causes the water, you know, to swivel around. So you're taking a bucket, and you put water in this bucket, and you then take the bucket and you spin it in a circular motion. You take it and rock it around, throw it around, or maybe spin your body around while it's holding it. The water is going to spin. The water is going to spin around along the sides of the bucket. The water isn't going to stay in the center of the bucket anymore. The spin is going to gradually cause the water to ride up along the side of the bucket. Depending on how fast you're going now, the Earth is really fast and big, believe it or not, right? As it's moving, the sun is moving, that sort of stuff. All right. So the water is along the side of the bucket. It isn't in the center. But the Earth now, the more these earthquakes disrupt the spin of the Earth, different things, the water is going to start to become disrupted and start to fall back along from the center. That's what's happening. The water from up north is coming down here. The spin of the Earth is actually reversing, believe it or not, very quickly. So the water, instead of, you know, staying along the edges outside of the island, they're starting to come up onto the island again. You know, the water's starting to pile up onto here again. So that, yeah, that's what's happening. All right. So we live in the center, and all that kinetic energy from the revolution of the Earth is causing the water to return, all the shifts in it, and all the changes in energy as well. So this island is possibly not going to survive into the future. That's if the remainder of the plate doesn't rise from the ocean depths. If that doesn't happen, this island is freaking finished. I say, like, no, like, done. All right, done. All right, so I've got like 30 something minutes in. Let's go. Dang it, it was too slow on the... You know, like, subconsciously for a split second, your brain would be like, oh, that's a monster, but oh yeah, I put a Volcana suit on my... That didn't happen to me, but I was just thinking about it. Maybe that happened to a good few people, maybe. And they're like, oh yeah, that's my Palamute. Like, my brain is a bit too quick, naturally, so it won't happen to me that sort of way. But I was just thinking about that, maybe, because I do know about that effect. Different things, but not this. It's way too small. Volcano is huge compared to this thing. Come on, I need your parts. What the hunter literally says, that's the voice that I have set up for this. I'm not being hit whilst it's darting, you know, partly because of its height and the fact that I'm dodging. I was in dodge just now. Alright, come on, take damage. Fall. I was thinking about using a second, maybe it could ready me for Monster Hunter Worlds in a unique way. You can actually travel on a mission in Monster Hunter Worlds with 2 weapons on you. That is so awesome. You don't have to be going back to the camp to swap your weapon all the time. You can carry 2 on you of different types as well. That don't have to be the same weapon type. So you can have maybe, let's say, this Jewel Blade and maybe a Great Sword or something. That's very useful, I tell you, depending on the monster you're fighting. Some monsters are more susceptible to certain weapon types. So I can carry my main weapon and the monsters' weakness that I'm just about good enough with. But I can adapt to just about any weapon type, I realized. It's just that some weapons are really damn ridiculous. And, you know, what I mean is, they're too tedious. Like, for instance, the Switch Axe and the Charge Blade and stuff like that. You've constantly got to be recharging, I think, the Charge Blade. Just so that, like, you've got your weapon sharpness, but if you keep using the Charge Blade as it's going, you know, it goes into what I call energy redundance. It is very low on energy. You're going to start bounding off as though your weapon is dull. And you've got to recharge it just to be able to do damage. You've got to constantly keep charging it. It's heavy as hell, so you can't run around as quickly as I am with these Jewel Blades. Different things like that. You've got to constantly be shielding attacks because you're so slow on your attacks, most of them, unless you're in the sword mode constantly, that it takes a lot more time fighting monsters with certain weapons. A lot more time. Like, I can easily rush this and eventually finish it off. But with a different weapon type, it's going to be way more difficult to do that. Come on. So what I'm getting at is, you know, just so that I can maybe hammer its face and break apart easily, or cut its tail and then swap back to my Jewel Blades when I just want to dish in some damage. Like, Wilds is going to be awesome, like, coming out on Switch 2 soon enough, if you didn't know about that. Yup, Capcom, I'm going to say this in it, you know, randomly throughout my episodes, I'm going to mention this. Capcom has officially announced that, you know, Wilds, Monster Hunter Wilds is coming to Nintendo Switch 2. Alright, so, come on. 30-something minutes in. This is going to be veering dangerously close to 2 hours. Oh, Jesus God. Did I erase my other episode? I hope I did. Holy shit. Yeah, I did actually. So yeah, I'm fine. Now that I'm thinking about it. Cause I had to bump it. I had no choice, or I would have been, you know, I wouldn't have been able to make it to this finishing move just now. I barely made that. So I just press B. That's what causes the monster to, like, dash forward. Is like a bumping move. Y is a lunge forward you use for, like, you know, bumping its head into walls and stuff like that. But, you know, if you're like, there we go. I think it's gonna run though. Yeah, it did. Luckily, I'm like really much acquainted with these monsters by now, so I knew it. I knew it was gonna run. I could run around there, but I could also shortcut in a sense here. Where's it? And then, yeah. Stupid wire bug just stopped my call, mid-call. You saw it, right? The A going around and then disappear to press A for the collecting that. Oh, shit. I just had to stop myself. I possibly might have killed it. Nope. Fuck. Jesus Christ. Come back, Atnasom. Come back. Jesus, I do not have time for this, Atnasom, you dumb shit. Fuck, man. So annoying. Monsters everywhere. This Monster Hunter story shit that they added in, because children like to see monster fights. Oh, fuck. Fuck. It wasted it. No. Jesus Christ. I can't even teleport him. I can't because, fucking hell, man. Jesus Christ, I don't know, like, I hate things sometimes, man. Fucking hell, man, this is annoying as hell. I had to get that out, that roar out, man. Like, fuck, man, holy shit. I'm so sorry if that was annoying, but you know, or terrifying, whichever, man. Fuck, man. Jesus Christ, fucking annoying, dumbass Capcom. Caveman Capcom. Very, Capcom is very caveman. No offense, like, you know, like raw truth, man. Just mash buttons. Oh, combos. Oh, oh, combos. Action. Jesus Christ, low brain shit. Some things that I see in these games could definitely be improved by so much. So I've got to go get another one for sure. Pick this up. Me just so that I don't have to, so that I don't end up having to at the end of this mission is do that as well. Fuck, man, wasted my Jesus Christ. Fuck, where is it now? Oh God, it's up here. So I would have been wasting more time. Got to climb up here again. Massive areas. Imagine Wales. Imagine Wales Ascendance. Imagine the DLC. Jesus, it's really far too. Holy shit. Come on, climb, bitch. Fuck. I don't have time for that. Oh my god. Took me back a few minutes. I don't have time for this. I do not. Got it. There we go. That really depressed me quite a bit. I think I'm like into 4 o'clock, possibly 3 into 4, you know, going on 4 o'clock. And I don't want to risk, you know, people being around the house. Like, a lot of these people don't have any respect. I'd say it's like, this is a really disrespectful colony of a land. This Barbados actually. I hate this place, man. I've been born here, grew up here, but these people are like freaking barbarians, man. Actively barbarians. The way that they speak, the energy, just about everything about them, they're barbaric as hell, man. And disrespectful. Alright, so there we go. See if I can make like at least one. Hopefully, I can make like at least one more armor piece for this. I'm gonna have some annoying nothing. Sweet. Fuck you, cat. Fuck you. Alright, so put that back in. Get these. Yup. I'm gonna check what they are, you know, mid mission, you know, next episode. Alright, so forge or upgrade forging. That's a bone I unlocked. That's 32, 38. Alright, so yes. So I only need one more after this. Alright, so let's see what it is. Yeah, so I do need just some feathers. So definitely. Oh shit, gotta upgrade, right? I still gotta upgrade these. Upgrade and so yeah. Let's see. 20. I don't want to waste. I think they're going a bit too fast. Advanced armor spears. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. So for that, so I'm going to do the same actually. 20, just 2 of those. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. And yeah. So these now are 44 in defense. That's like really good. I just threw off the freaking and started this. I was like, where the hell are the meaty hides? Like, I wonder if it really is that there are a lot of things that aren't like properly done in this, you know, balanced out in this, because they're armors that people wouldn't pick up on because they're barely using their better armors to get, and they just end up skipping them. But that Gauss Harag is a material we need in meaty hide. I wonder what the hell that's from, because if you can see it, as you could have seen at the beginning of this episode, I was actively searching for that freaking material and could not find it. So I wonder where the hell that is. Alright, so yeah, that's it for this episode. If you enjoyed, you can click on that like button, leave a comment as well. And the button that says subscribe, click on that. That is a follow button, although it says subscribe. That is free of charge. It's 3:15, and I'm not crazy at all, but it looks as though like outside is really bright. I don't know what the hell is going on here, but it looks like it seems to break to me for 315. Alright, so I'm definitely ending here. Leave a like, comment, click on that button that says subscribe. You're following, you'd be notified whenever I create new updates, whenever I create new videos, posts, anything of that sort in your notification section of your device, wherever, however. Alright, so good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, whenever and wherever you're watching. This has been Mr. Pokemon 907. Until next upload, yeah, see ya.